Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm actually super excited. I've got a couple of important announcements that I think is actually going to be exciting for so many of you guys. And so before I go into the Ask Laurel thread and answer your questions from this week, I'm gonna ask you a question. How many of you guys would want a free seat in an upcoming Blitz? Or would you like a free virtual seat in my October event that's coming up and all of the replays and bonuses that have come with the last two events as well, okay? So before I tell you exactly how you can get a free seat in the upcoming Blitz or a free virtual seat in my upcoming event with access to all of the replays and bonuses that were at my last two events, I've got an important announcement that we are coming up on 4,000 people inside the $7 program. Now, every single internet marketer that I have talked to has advised me to push the gas on this and fill the $7 program with as many people as possible. They're like, Laurel, you are getting members for cheap. Why are you not growing this? And well, my answer is I don't want to. Right now, I feel like we are at a comfortable capacity, but I know that there's a lot of your friends or your colleagues that would love to be in this program, right? Yes, I could use ads to fill the program to 4,000, but I had a really great idea. I was like, you know what? I bet you this program would literally become 20x more valuable if we invited all of our colleagues and friends that we like spending time with, okay? Now, if you would like to invite your friends, okay, if you bring in 30 people, and I'll show you guys how to actually do this, there's a link. If you bring in 30 people, you will get both a free virtual ticket to my October event that's coming up, plus all of the replays from the last two, from last October and March, including all of the amazing bonuses. Now, all of the speakers that I've had have given me bonuses. I mean, we're talking about copywriting workshops. We're talking about AI prompts. We're talking about my mentor's pretty much his entire library of courses. Lots of really great replays and bonuses there. Or if you bring in just 10 people, I'll give you a free seat in an upcoming ads blitz of your choosing. So if you want to come to April's blitz, if you want to come to May's, you choose which one you come into. Now, if you bring in 30 people, I'm going to give you both, okay? I just thought that this program would be better if we all knew each other, and, you know, it's going to make it much more valuable. But if that doesn't happen, obviously I will fill it with ads. But I just thought, you know, here's something fun that we can do and be of value to not only you guys, but also to the entire community, okay? So that's the first assignment I have. Now, I have created some resources to help you do this pretty easily, okay? I have a 2-step post that I've written for you that you can post on your page, your profile, anywhere on social media. And I have also written an email that you can easily send to your email list, okay? Now, how are we gonna keep track of everything? Let's see. Oh, I should probably give you guys the link, right? So it is going to be adcoachingfor7.com/affiliates, okay? adcoachingfor7.com/affiliates with an S, okay? The deadline is going to be on April 1st, okay? So make sure that you get your 30 people in or your 10 people in before April 1st. And again, the link to sign up to be an affiliate is adcoachingfor7.com/affiliates. And yeah, if you would like the promo resources that I talked about, just comment below promo resources and I will hook you up with a 2-step and an email that will make this so much easier, okay? Now, speaking of the Blitz, okay, we do have 2 or 3 seats left. I think this one, I think we only maybe have 2, I don't know, maybe 3. But if you go to adswithlaurel.com/theblitz, our next one is on March 25th, 26th, and 27th at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be helping you write, shoot, and launch these 5 key ads that every business owner should have running. If you want to know more about it, just go to adswithlaurel.com/theblitz. And the most common question I get is, Laurel, what's different about the Blitz? Don't I have access to all of this info inside the $7 program? And so I had students actually answer that question for you. So these are all students that have gone through the Blitz, and they will tell you what's different about it. So one last announcement in true style like this, we have grown the Lean on Laurel program to 50, right? 50, we've been at capacity, for a while with a waiting list, and I am about to go down to only having 30 people in the program. That's just so that and the reason being is I just turned Lean on Laurel into a 1-to-1 program, okay? And so what we do is we've got Voxer access, we still have group coaching calls, we even did a bonus that people actually get access to Nick and I's mastermind that's called Success Circle. People pay $10,000 a year to be a part of this. I'm actually making it as a free bonus inside Lean on Laurel, as well as lounge events. And that is the main reason why I want to cap it out at 30, is because I have included lounge events that I host at my house. It's free to Lean on Laurel students only. And it's a very exclusive meetup where my students are invited into my personal home, whether it's in Biloxi at the beach, whether it's here in New Orleans in the French Quarter, or my Bayou house in the Bayou of South Louisiana. We get together, we drink wine, we drink coffee, we mastermind, I draw things out on a whiteboard, any type of strategy. Some students want help with me shooting their content. And so I'm making Lean on Laurel way more access to me and all of my resources. I'm giving my Lean on Laurel students access to my own mentors. Not only Nick Peterson, they also get access to my copywriter, Lucas Rashevsky. They get access to my other mentor, Mr. Jeff Moore. All of my colleagues who have all kinds of really cool resources. And so in order to make this more exclusive, I'm only going to take 30 now. And so if you want to be on the list to get into Lean on Laurel, go to adswithlaurel.com and fill out an application. Not everyone who applies for Lean on Laurel gets in. I am being very, very selective. And so if you want a real shot of being inside Lean on Laurel, make sure that you fill out that application as thorough as possible, because if you fill it out and you're giving me lazy answers, I know that you're not going to be a good fit, and I don't want to give you access to my mentor. I don't want to give you access to all of the people that I give students access to, because that just shows me if you're not going to be serious about your application. I don't want my mentor, who people pay like $100,000 to spend a day with him, access to. So if you're serious and want in on my inner circle, go to adswithlaurel.com. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dig into the Ask Laurel thread. As always, every single week, you should be going through the featured section, okay? This is where all of the important announcements, just like on Thursday, March 21st, which is next Thursday, I've got Alaric Heck coming in, and we will be talking about YouTube ads. Everyone is like, Laurel, do YouTube ads really beat Facebook ads every time? And so Alaric and I are going to jam on, hey, what's working now when it comes to YouTube ads? How do you know you're ready for YouTube ads? What do you need for YouTube ads? How do YouTube ads differ from Facebook? So I've got one of the best, and I'm going to keep bringing in, and that's another reason why I really want to make this $7 program as exclusive as possible, because I want to start bringing in more of my expert colleagues. Dan Henry wants to come out, Vince Reed, we've got access to Billie Jean, we've got a whole bunch of people who I will be lining up to be special guests here inside the $7 program. And so I want people who want to be in my tribe, to be in here. And so just know that. So if you know someone who's been wanting to join the $7 program, now's the best time to join before we hit 4,000. So anyway, let's go ahead and go into the Ask Laurel thread, which, by the way, will always be inside the featured section. Again, if you want in on the March Blitz, I said there's 2 or 3 seats left. Just go to adswithlaurel.com/blitz. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig into the Ask Laurel thread. As always, I appreciate you guys reading the rules before you post. There's a couple of important rules, like only 1 question per member. Don't try to cheat the system and ask multiple questions. If you want your power offer approved, make sure you're reading, how to actually do that. Deadline's always Wednesday at 5 o'clock Central. And then, of course, I go live on Thursdays like I'm doing right now. There's no set time. And if you are stuck on where to start, make sure that you are going into the $7 program, because each of the sections actually have their own prompts. So if you get lost, there's actually prompts throughout the program under each and every module. So if you get stuck, I know exactly where you got stuck, and so I'm able to actually answer your question a lot better, okay? So my ability to answer your question is limited by your ability to ask a great one. And so that's why I wanted to put in some of those prompts. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna go to all comments, make sure I don't skip anybody accidentally. And so Chang says, hey, I see you're updating the course, and it's impressive how you keep making things better and fresh. That is awesome. Thank you. And that's another reason why I want to cap the program, is because I want to be able to keep getting your feedback and spending more time with you guys. That said, I can't find the ad account setup walkthrough. The video series, that was the first module when I joined. I know I got lazy and haven't gotten time. Are you updating those videos too? So Chang, I'm not updating those videos, because if you go here to the very first video, I explain that right here, Facebook has done an amazing job with the free Facebook advertising blueprint. It is information that you guys can get here in the Facebook advertising blueprint. You can get it on YouTube. And so I don't want to spend time creating content that is already readily available, not only by Facebook, but a whole bunch of people on YouTube are happy to walk you guys through how to set up an ad account. I just don't have an interest in doing that anymore. I want to stay high level, and I'm pretty sure you guys would rather me stay high level than doing videos that you guys can already be found on Facebook. So make sure you check out the Facebook advertising blueprint. So Kevin just watched the module on the organic foundations and got stuck on day 2. All content starts here. Can you clarify how I should choose my buckets and corresponding promises of value for me? I'm sure everyone thinks their business is different or unique, but I'm really struggling with clarifying this. I agree this is so important. I want to get it right, so I've included all of my major steps and sub-steps to give you some perspective. I don't see how I can give a promise of value for telling someone to apply for credit with a certain tier vendor. Or should I just pick steps 1, 2, 3? Any clarification will be of tremendous help and greatly appreciated. Who I serve as small business owners who want to establish business credit and eventually become fundable or for financing loans or any other funding, and what I want to sell is the blueprint to do this properly and quickly. My budget for ads will be $500 a month to start off. So the major steps and sub-steps, right? So the major steps is establishing a true foundation, right? So that's the first step. That's not the content. The content is going to be step 1.2. You could say, like, your promise of value is, here are the 3 steps to picking a great business name, right? And then you can talk about, like, what goes into making a great business name. Your business address, like where do most people go wrong when listing their business address? The do's and don'ts, right? A business entity, what type of business entity should you set up? All of these are promises of value. To you, they might sound simple, but I will say this, whenever I was setting up my business, there was a lot of things that I did wrong when it came to each of these steps. And so I'm sure you could talk 3 minutes about the proper way to set up your business address. Where should you put your business address? Should you use a personal address or should you do a post office box? So there's all of these things that you can do. How do you get this employee identification? Who has to do this? Who doesn't have to do this? At what part of stage in your business, right? And so you just break down each of these, right? Start building credit. Business credit reporting. How do you do this? What is the, do's and don'ts of setting up Experian business? I don't even know enough about this stuff to even give you advice on how to use it, but all of these have promises of value. I think you're probably thinking to you because it comes so easy, but for so many of us who are all reading all of this, like, there are different ways that you can do. Like, what are the most asked questions when you're helping businesses set this up? What are the 3 main questions that they have? Are there do's and don'ts? Are there red flags to doing this? Are people scamming people with this type, like there's all kinds of important information. So, and no need to apologize. This was a great example of how to give me enough context and get things done. So no, that's perfect. Suzanne says, do you think language like this is going to be flagged as a Facebook video hook? Maybe you're someone who feels trapped in a mental maze, thoughts looping like a broken record, someone whose weight of negativity. I would say this, and I wouldn't necessarily be worried about this being flagged as I would worry about this not being clear. Remember, any first hook, the hook is the first line, right? The hook needs to reveal who is this for and why are they here. And so I don't know who this is for. Like you haven't specified, like who is this for? Maybe you're someone who feels trapped in a mental maze. I have no idea what that means. Thoughts looping like a broken record about what? About my business, about my family, about school, right? Someone whose weight of negativity weighs you down, threatening to drown your spirit. Again, this is very, very vague language. And so I would say, so I'll give you an example of how to actually fix this. So let's just say, thoughts looping like a broken record, right? And whenever I say that it has to reveal who it's for, I'm not saying, hey, coaches and consultants, like, how can you say a hook that is going to attract your ideal client? So let's say that your ideal client is a busy stay-at-home mom who has 50 million things to do, right? So you could say, most stay-at-home moms suffer from non-stop thoughts of thinking that they didn't do this or they didn't do that and their husband's going to be mad when they get home, right? So you see how I was able to take this very simple idea and turn it into a line that anyone would say, yep, that's me, right? I'm a stay-at-home busy mom who has 50 million things on her mind and I'm worried, if I don't do them, my husband's going to be mad, right? That's what I mean by that first line needs to have people self-identify, this is me, and I need to read the promise of value. Let's see, Kira says, I just watched the module on the ads ecosystem you should start with, and I got confused with the basic ecosystem. Awesome, thank you for letting me know which video you watched. Can you clarify whether the power content strategy can be used in the beginning without paying for ads and instead using your personal or business social media profiles? Absolutely, so if you go into the program, and you go into the organic foundations, you will actually see that power content is an organic strategy. We just use it in the ecosystem to run ads. She says, I seem to remember a few videos before the recent update. You had said not to waste money on advertising before validating an offer. Now, when I say I don't want you to waste money on advertising before validating an offer, that means I want you guys to validate your offers on a very low ad budget so that you're not spending thousands and thousands of dollars. That is what I always mean by that. You could easily validate an offer for $200 a month simply by following the phase 1 ecosystem. Because you can see here, if you go into optimizing your first flywheel, there will actually show you have a low budget, no problem. Watch this video right here. But yeah, if you want to do it, you can do it totally organically. I mean, that's the slow way, but it is an effective way. That's the way that I built my business. It's a way that a lot of coaches are building their business all organic. A lot of people are proud that they don't use ads, which I think is kind of silly. But at the end of this, you can actually see how to turbocharge this organic strategy using $5 a day ads. So absolutely. Great question, Kira. Let's see. JD says, I've had a hard time tracking down your metrics and ad setup for conversion multipliers, but I think I caught on one of your trainings that you run them in one campaign. So check this out. If you go into the program phase 1, launch conversion multipliers, it actually tells you how to actually launch them in the ads manager, how to launch conversion multiplier number 2. So it's literally, so you will watch me launch this one, and then you'll see me launch this one. And so you'll see exactly how I'm actually launching these conversion multipliers. And then in the optimizing your first flywheel, we literally have all of the metrics that you need in order to optimize. Let's see, Lanita says, what do you do when your ads that were converting well slowed down tremendously? We need to keep testing new ones. We never want our ads to putter out. And so we always want to be testing. We always need to reserve 10% of our budget to test new ads, even when things are going really well, because at some point, ads are going to die out, especially if you're running local ads. And so we always want to spend 10% every single month on testing new ads. And just a little extra note for Lanita here, and for anyone, a lot of times when you're testing new ads, you can turn the old ones off and then 3 months later turn those old ones back on and they will work again. And so, but we always want to have, like, for instance, right? You guys have probably seen my ads for the $7 program for years. And it's because I rotate them out. I will turn some off and I will leave some on. And then once they start puttering out, I'll turn the old ones back on. So I'm not creating any new content, I'm not creating any new campaigns. I'm literally simply turning on the old campaign that worked. And so but I'm always testing. Every single week I am adding new ads into the mix. And so we always need to be testing. Let's see, Monica says, last week you told a few people to add their messenger conversations. I give them a free cravings or weight loss hypnosis or cravings cheat sheet. I know I'm missing something. Please give your input on my conversations. Absolutely. Let's see. Hey, I messaged you because you wanted my weight loss hypnosis. Give me a little more context, like how many pounds. Client, hey there, I've basically tried everything under the sun. Okay, first mistake is you never ask anything open-ended. Like, how many pounds do you have to lose and have you tried? I mean, you got them to reply, but most people here do not ask an open-ended question. Always give them, like, which of the following scenarios fits you best. Let's see. Hey there, I basically tried everything under the sun. Where do you feel you made the biggest headache in your weight loss? Me, because no answer. See, it's because you asked an open-ended question. Never asked an open-ended question. So you need to dig more. Never ask an open-ended question. So me because of no answer, I suggest listening to yeah, you assumed this right here. So you didn't dig into the problem. You just assumed that person had the problem. And so it's, of course, it sounds great. Yes, I'll take the hypnosis, but they don't understand why. Remember, in these conversations, a good value bomb will always reveal the issue and help them understand the bigger problem. And this person right here doesn't understand what their bigger issue is because you didn't dig into the actual problem. And so that's why I don't recommend ever giving anyone open-ended questions. It's much easier for them to answer if you give them A, B, or C type questions. But yeah, you didn't remember. In these conversations, the whole point is so that they can come to the realization of their bigger problem. You didn't dig enough to be able to do that with this one. So let's take a look at the second one. I'll be sending you the craving cheat sheets over soon. Give them scenarios so that you can get more thorough answers. Hi, what kind of sugar do you crave? And do you eat sugar after you've already eaten a meal? I've been doing keto diet change and been really good, but any sugar is a problem as soon as I bring... Okay, so whenever you bring sugar in your diet, you begin to gain weight again. Sounds like not having sugar has been the key for you. Is there anything else stopping you from losing weight? Nothing but the sugar. That's awesome. So is there a time of day or something going in your life that makes you reach for that? I like this. This is going in a good direction. I'm going to send you my cheat sheet once I get home and you'll be able to uncover the triggers. I have an addictive personality, so I'm pretty sure I've changed a lot, but sugar is everywhere and everything. So anything to help is nice. Yes, having addictive a long time ago, that should probably... So I would talk to more about like why most people have sugar, like, and how is this value bomb going to actually help her? Because remember, a good value bomb, and I don't have the value bomb here in front of me, but in order to have a decent conversation, we need for the value bomb to give them something to do almost immediately, right? So we have to give them something that they can do immediately so that we can have a discussion on how to, because what it looks like here is you're just reaching a dead end after you're giving them the value bomb. So one of the things that you can do here, which by the way, I gave this same advice to someone at my event and they took this advice and they booked a call, okay? So what you want to do is follow up with them and see if they did this. And again, follow up. You gave them the cheat sheet. Now you have to follow up and see if they actually did it, because if they did it, then that they should have a better understanding of what their bigger problem is. And that's the opportunity for you to get them onto a phone call. You cannot get them onto a phone call until you get them to take action on the value bomb. I think a lot of you guys are forgetting that. We have to make it a value bomb that they can quickly take action on, because the sooner that we can make them understand the bigger problem, we leverage the steps of that bigger problem to get them onto a phone call. But thank you, Monica, for actually doing this. You guys see, Monica loaded up some messenger conversations. And by the way, like in Lean on Laurel, this is something that I jam on with my students every single day. And so if you want faster results, make sure you're applying for Lean on Laurel. Let's see, James says, I'm running a low ticket offer, power offer ad to my IG followers, and it's going well, thanks to your training. Wondering your opinion on next steps. Leave it as is till the ad exhausts the audience, add more daily budget, something I'm not thinking of. I just don't want to annoy my followers with super high frequency. Thanks so much. Keep running it. As long as it works, keep running it. Like, guys, you've seen my ads for 4 years now. I'm sure no one's annoyed with it. And a lot of people are like, well, why don't you exclude people who buy? Well, because you guys go and you put awesome reviews on my ads. And so why would I exclude that? You guys are my asset to selling this program. Like, the more that you guys comment on my ads and tell people how great my program is, the more people buy. And so, James, I wouldn't worry about that. As long as your ads are running and rocking and rolling, don't change a thing. Let's see, Gustav says, I'm having problems responding to comments on my conversion multipliers. When I get a comment, I go to my business manager and press send message. However, these messages are not being delivered for some reason. Have you run into this issue, or do you respond in a different way? I, most of the time, respond on my own profile. So I'm not sure why you're not able to, Instagram profiles are private and you cannot send them a message. I get that as private. Yeah, that's why, like, in these situations, you need more volume. Are they not responding to this comment right here? I would just say, hey, can you send me a message? Your profile's private. Hey, can you send me a message? And I'll be happy to send you that resource. That's the only workaround that we have right now, right? Is responding to them and saying, hey, I tried to send you this. And I would actually so one of my little tricks to doing that is I actually, whenever I'm commenting, I will send them a screenshot saying, hey, I just tried to send this to your profile, but it's private. Can you send me a message and I'll be happy to give you this resource. Let's see, Steven says, I'm having trouble putting the pieces together to implement an e-com strategy. One of my offers is selling high-end cookware, so I want to make sure I'm understanding how to do it and maximize my chances of success. Yeah, absolutely. So if you go into the Replay Vault, the e-commerce workshop, so if you're selling high-ticket cookware, you're going to want to put together one of these funnels, right? So because you're not going to sell high-end cookware straight off of an ad. You need to have some type of funnel. Is there some type of low barrier offer? Like if you're selling high ticket cookware, right? So let's just take a look at this, right? If I blow this up a little bit. If we look at this, right, this is a typical e-commerce funnel. An ad, free plus shipping offer, bundle upsell, product offer, right? So your high-end cookware would be right here where the product offer is. Okay, I'll blow this up a little bit. There we go. And so what your funnel could look like is an ad. So what is something that you could do free plus shipping offer to get them into the cookware? Like you could do like a free wine opener. You could do like a free potato masher, a free something, right? Something that you're willing to lose money on to get them into the funnel, because then what you're going to do is this might be, I'll just give you guys an example since he has high ticket cookware, right? His high ticket cookware is going to live here where the product offer is, but the free plus shipping offer could be a free potato masher or a free potato peeler or something, right? We're, free plus shipping, just pay shipping, right? Or it could be a sticker, like kiss the cook or something that cooks would want to put on their car, kiss me, I'm a cook, I don't know, or a free apron or something, right? What is something that you're willing to lose money on in order to get people into the funnel? Then there's a bundle upsell. So is there like a, what's something like a container bundle or something like that, right? Mixing bowls, something. And then that gets them into the actual product offer. Now, most people are going to probably stop at the bundle upsell, but now that they're in the funnel, you can do marketing to them to sell them the cookware. This is how a well-greased e-commerce funnel works. I don't think a lot of people who are doing e-commerce are actually doing this type of funnel, but this is where a lot of money is made. This is where the e-commerce stores who are doing millions of dollars, this is the type of funnel that they're working in order to make that $1 million. So hopefully that made sense. Let's see. Kanisha says, question, Laurel, what is your policy or mindset around someone who misses a scheduled call with you twice in a row? They no-show with no explanation. Context below is the email someone on my team sent. So if people aren't showing up, then that means that they're not valuing that call. And there's a reason that they're not valuing that call. Now, the longer that you run my ecosystem and the more that you run retargeting, this is going to stop happening. But one of the things that you can do, and I'll go to my YouTube channel right now because I have a really great video that I think is going to help you. So if you go to youtube.com,
there's no social media.
If you go to youtube.com/The Laurel Show, and go to the latest and greatest, there is a video that's called "This Pre-Call Funnel Gets Nearly 100% of Leads to Show Up for Booked Calls." I highly recommend running this pre-call funnel because it will get more show up rates. But here's the thing, the longer that you run my ecosystem, the less this will actually happen. But you want to make sure that you also have this pre-call funnel in place. It's a series of actions that you have to take after someone books a call. And literally we've gotten this up for clients to where almost 100% of people are actually showing up to the call. So it's free. Just go to my YouTube channel and go to the latest and greatest, and you'll be able to see that video. Let's see, Joyce says, I'm watching phase 1, the ecosystem video, the fastest way to get results with my ad system. My question is, you have 3 pieces of power content and 3 pieces of conversion multipliers and running them, but none of them hit metrics. When you go back to revise each one, do you start fresh with a new set of metrics, measuring the results? You always want to duplicate. You never want to replace any. So anytime you're going in to replace, you're never truly replacing. You're always duplicating so that you can see metrics from past ones and you want to compare. So you never want to replace an ad. You always want to duplicate and then place that ad. So you want to be able to see all metrics for past ads and new ads. Let's see, Anthony says, I asked a question in last week's thread. This is a follow-up, quick recap. I have 3 power content videos. I run a boutique. Okay, so the transformation studio. I do remember this. Okay, so he wants to know what type of value bomb he should give away in a transformation studio, which runs on a monthly membership model. I don't know what you offer in this transformation studio. That is one of the missing things. So one of the things that you need to do is, what are you doing in this transformation studio? Like, what are people coming in for? So let's just say I'm gonna use another gym example that doesn't have like a physical product, right? So what are people trying to achieve in this boutique transformation studio? Now, what type of problems do you solve? That is where, and my apologies, Anthony, if you would give me like more information. Like, I don't know what is done in a boutique transformation studio. I've never heard that phrase before. So if I knew, like, hey, we help people with weight loss, right? Then a whole bunch of value bombs could be, well, here's a 7-day diet that on average gets my client this quick result, right? If it is a like a biohacking thing, right? Here's a step-by-step on how to build your own cold plunge at home. A lot of people think that, oh, if I show someone how to do it, they're not going to come in. So I'll just use the cold plunge as an example, right? If someone owned a biohacking transformation studio, right? And the whole point, they would be like, well, Laurel, if I teach someone how to build their own cold plunge at home, will that keep people from coming in? No, but it will get people who are interested in cold plunging to raise your hand, which that is what a lead actually is, right? Our job is to put out content that is going to get people who need what we have to raise their hand. And so let's say Anthony teaches someone how to build their own cold plunge, right, at home. When he's having that messenger conversation, right, remember, a great value bomb is going to solve a small immediate problem, but reveal that there's a bigger problem. The bigger problem is, hey, you can spend time building this cold plunge, but here's what you're going to need. And this is going to cost, $400 if you want to build it yourself. Or if you just come in and try my cold plunge in my studio, I'll give you a week free. How does that sound, right? Because the whole point is to get people to walk through the door. And so the whole point of our value bombs is to get people who would be our ideal clients to raise their hand. Okay, that is what a lead is. A lead is not necessarily someone who is ready to come into your studio right now. A lead is someone who has a problem that we actually have. So, Anthony, my apologies. I don't know exactly what you do in your transformation studio, so I tried giving you the best examples that I could given the information. Let's see, Tran says, hey, and by the way, Tran, it was so great to meet you in person at my event. Hopefully I will see you again in October. She says, I realized I might not have been super clear with my question in the group a few days ago, so here it is again. For e-commerce, when we're running a conversion campaign targeting a cold audience using a carousel and 2 power clips, at the conversion event stage, should we opt for view content or purchase? You should do purchase, okay? That's what we want. We want purchase. If you're running a conversion campaign, right? Because for e-commerce, you're going to run video view campaigns and you're going to run conversion campaigns. If you are running the conversion campaign, we want to always choose, you could choose initiate checkout if you wanted to, but most of the time we're going to use purchase. Let's see. Hey, Laurel, please help with targeting. Absolutely, Sandy. I ran the Value Bomb ad for over a week as per the Blitz. See attached, fair interactions, and reached, I think, 2 requests to send Value Bombs, no other comments. Looking at the profiles of the interactions, they're absolutely not my audience. As my client is very specific, it is easy for me to check this. The current interactions are coming from people who are studying, not yet working, nurses, teachers, retail staff. Facebook does not have a target option for guest house or Airbnb owners. Attached is the targeting that I selected for these ads. I have to be careful not to target travelers. I've been testing this for a few weeks, even before this ad. I'm not winning my page setup. Okay, I could already tell what's wrong with this targeting, and so I am actually going to show you how I would actually do this. So you could see here, she's got resort, travel. So what this is going to do is this is targeting people who are interested in travel, okay? Let me show you how to target people who would also be business owners in this, okay? So hang on, okay, so if I were targeting someone, okay, so I'd start here in my saved audiences, right? So if you go into your audience manager, just go create audience, saved audience. So the way that you have it right now is you have this right here, right? Airbnb lodging. And so if you go and do this, booking.com, TripAdvisor, all of this is like what you have, right? This is telling Facebook anyone who's interested in traveling. What you need to do is you're looking for people who are in the business space that are attracting these types of people. So just simply by telling Facebook, hey, so what I did right here, see, I did narrow audience. And what you can do is small business owners, right? So if you go small business owners, behaviors, now this is going to get people who are interested in Airbnb and also must be interested in small business owners, right? Now you could also narrow this further. What are the activities that small business owners do? They probably do something like QuickBooks or something like that, right? That are probably using to do their books. And so this is likely to get closer to your ideal client. And so here, this is telling they have to be interested in Airbnb, small business owner, QuickBooks. And then you can see here, it's a smaller audience, but the more that you add here, like booking.com, TripAdvisor, travel websites, you're going to see that this size of this audience is going to go up. And so you could also say, you know, they have an interest in entrepreneurship. Again, this is going to get you 2 million people. But this is how I would play with it. I would layer. This is what I call my Trinity stack. And so I'm triple layering interest and behaviors and tools. So I'm getting closer to, you know, the type of business owner that I want, right? So if you're trying to target, like, you know, gym owners, right? If you did some type of targeting like this would likely attract some type of gym owner, right? And so this is how I typically target when it comes to business owners. Now, is it going to be perfect? No, but it'll definitely get you a lot closer than just stacking this right here. Let's see, Annabelle says, hey Laurel, I'm going through the new video for optimizing your first power content wheel and couldn't find the correct way to set up in Ads Manager and then measure KPIs, a static value bomb instead of a reel for a conversion multiplier. Added a static image last week and have a CTR all of 4.5, but it hasn't left the learning phase and only 2 messages, but 50 likes who I'm inviting to like my page. But what are the correct metrics I should be looking for, and can you clarify the correct setup and ads for it? I literally changed nothing except only put in feeds and not reels. Is the learning process, so it's gonna stay in learning process as long as you are not spending. It wants 50 conversions, so unless you're getting like 50 comments, it's not going to get out of learning phase, which is not a big deal. Most of my ads are still in the learning phase. So in order to set up a conversion multiplier, so if I go to my campaign level, I'll show you guys how to set that up real quick. So if you're setting up a conversion multiplier, that is for, I'll go to create and we'll do engagement and then we'll hit continue. We'll do manual. And so we'll go to ad set and you want to do on your ad post engagement, okay? And then obviously you want to do your targeting. Anytime you're doing targeting, you want to switch to use original audience so that you don't get all of the new stuff that Facebook has to offer. You want to select just the placement inside the newsfeed. And then all you're going to do is you're going to simply just go here. We're not going to use existing posts. We'll create an ad. Or you can use an existing post if you want to boost it. But just add an image. And then all you have to do is go grab that page that you did. So I'll just use this for just something for fun. And then you just write your ad copy. And there's no button on it. And add copy here. So you can see here. That's literally how you would set this up. And the metrics that you're actually measuring are your CTR all. We want that to be, the CTR all is pretty good, but if you're not getting comments, then we have to replace it, right? Because we want it to get comments. If you're only getting two messages, then we need to come up with a new one, right? Every single day. Guys, optimizing is a bitch. Every single day, we want to be putting in a new ad. Remember, follow the flywheel. So Bryce had his account hacked. I'm going to skip right here because he's just telling me that he's having issues with Facebook. They're working on it. His main question is, do you know if I should go ahead and set up a new page and ad account so I can get my ads up and running again? Yes, unfortunately, that is the only way to do this. It should not compromise you getting help on getting anything else recovered. It happens to all of us, and so that's just unfortunately the thing that we have to do. Let's see, Juan says, hey Laurel, I'm a bit stuck with the conversion multiplier idea right now and would love to pick your brain. My target audience is high ticket business coaches, and the value bomb, your target is high ticket business coaches. I kind of sort of understand that. I think you should go further on that. And the value bomb I want to give away is our 4-step DM sales framework. It's super high value and converts well for us, so I know it's something my ideal client wants. In one of the calls, he gave me the idea of saying, coaches using this DM sales framework get 20 plus sales calls a month, which is what we get for done for you clients, and then go into the framework itself. It's the first time my conversion multiplier has hit all KPIs. Awesome. The challenge, however, is that no one is commenting for free training on the 4-step DM sales framework. I think it's because I already give a high level view of what it is, so they don't necessarily need an in-depth tutorial to apply the framework. So I'm trying to figure out if I should give a different value bomb at the end of that conversion multiplier or shoot a different conversion multiplier, need content idea. So I think what I'm saying is you're teaching this in the video so people aren't asking for it, which makes sense, right? So a good conversion multiplier is take it one step further, right? Can you teach them a way to get messenger conversations and then say, hey, once you implement what I just showed you in this video, you're going to need this framework in order to close them. So drop me a line below for this video. So we never want to give away something that we've already showed them how to do in the video. The value bomb always needs to add to what we just taught them in the video. Let's see, Anna says, I just watched the module on which type of offer should I launch, and I got confused in assignment number 1 at 6 minutes. Okay. Question, can you clarify what a power offer is and isn't compared to freebies and value bombs? For example, which of these are and can be a power offer? A low ticket offer, a high ticket offer, a free evergreen webinar. Okay, so this is a direct offer, right? You're asking people to buy something. An indirect offer is giving them a free thing. So this would be a free evergreen webinar that pitches your high ticket offer. This would be an indirect offer, right? Because you're not asking people to buy your thing, you're asking people to watch your free thing so that they can get the offer. So an indirect offer is a freebie that gets people to the offer. These two would be a direct offer. Let's see, Andrea says, trying again, I'm on the organic sprint phase and I'm trying to solve my problem, get 20 calls and 10 clients. I've been commenting on external Facebook groups and gotten some good amount of requests from my value bomb. Where I struggle is that most people are not very responsive in my DMs, especially after I sent the value bomb. As you requested, I'm adding a sample chat. I hope you can give me some ideas how to improve that conversation. So just so you guys know, if you're doing this to cold traffic, meaning people don't know who you are, only expect 40% of people to respond to you. So it's totally normal if only 40% respond in Messenger. That is why I tell you guys to get 100 Messenger conversations, because only 40 out of the 100 are going to answer you. And 40 is going to give you plenty of volume so that you can transition those onto a call. But let's take a look at Andrea's thing. Thanks for reaching out and showing interest in the craving sheet. To make sure I hit the nail on the head for you, quick question, are your cravings usually kicked off by emotions like stress or boredom, or is it more about willpower? I love this, Andrea, good job. See how she gave an either or question. Lead, honestly, it can be a bit of both. I just have a fierce sweet tooth in general, and if it's around me, I struggle to resist, though I'm getting better, but I also lean on junk when I'm stressed. Me, did you know that you don't need to rely on sheer willpower to make lasting changes? It's actually more about new habits. This also helps with stress. I've got my cheat sheet ready for you that's all about kickstarting this journey. Why not pick one tip that resonates with you and try it out? Let me know which one you're leaning towards, and I'll be happy here. Here's the cheat sheet. I'm curious what challenges you are facing. Yeah, because you didn't dig deeper. Remember the whole point of this, right? So I would not have gone straight for the value bomb here. So once they said, honestly, it can be a bit of both, I just have a fierce sweet tooth in general, and if it's around me, I struggle to resist enough. I'm getting better, but I also lean on junk when I'm stressed. I would have dug into that. Like, what kind of things are happening in your life that you're dealing with stress? Like, are you a mom? Are you dig? A lot of you guys are just asking 2 questions and then you're going straight for the value bomb. And also, this kind of sounded like a copy and paste type answer. Like, did you know you don't need to, like, without making like, if someone was, okay, let me go at it this way, right? If you, my favorite example, right? If you and that person were hanging out in a bar or a coffee shop, I seriously doubt you would have answered in this way. I'm sure if this person would have said this, you wouldn't have been like, did you know you need to rely on sheer willpower to make lasting changes? It's more about building new habits that stick. That I do not see anyone responding to someone like this in a bar, right? And so anytime that I'm having messenger conversations, I want to dig deeper, right? Because you need to figure out why this woman is stressed before throwing just a one-size-fits-all answer at her. Figure out, why is she stressed? Is she a mom? Is it she's stressed out at work? Like, you need to dig deeper. Let's see. Caroline says, hey, first, thanks for this amazing training. I'm a marketer and also running ads myself. It is exactly what I needed to fill in the blank. I hope to join L&L soon enough. Awesome. I'd be happy to have you. As I'm going through the training to have a global vision and understanding of all the steps before starting ads. I want to post my power content and power offer organically and do my first sales organically first. Thus, my question. I don't feel comfortable posting 2 to 3 minute videos on Instagram. Posting on Facebook too, as the algorithm will not push my video. That is not true. that is an excuse as to why you're not doing it. This is not going to be true. I have 100 followers, definitely some prospects, because I post long form videos, as I often post 45-minute videos on Instagram. This is just an excuse people say. And I get it. It might feel that way, but I promise you it will work. I have 100 followers, definitely some prospects and old clients I can reach out to, but I would like to have your opinion about the long video posted on IG. Freaking do it. Do it. Like, that's all BS. Like the only thing standing in the way of you guys is yourself. And I get it, Caroline, and I'm not picking on you by any means. Just do the content, guys, long form content. Here's the real though that I will say about this. My content that converts the best get the least amount of views. I'm going to say that one more time. My pieces of content that convert the best are the ones that have the least amount of views. And so I'm going to let you guys sit with that. Let's see. Kim says, I'm so sorry, Laurel. I do not find your answer from you last week. I do not find your answer from you last week. Maybe I'm too late, so I'll try once more. So I would like to retarget and run my Hot 7. And now I thought about adding another product. I have a spoken testimonial that I can put in a story or also feed ad, and I would like to sell from there for under $100. Do you recommend this on stories? Yes. I said it. Yes. I said it last week. Yes. Let's see. Christine says, this has been lingering in my mind. When we say validated offer, is this an offer that has worked with a few cold audiences, or would we still consider those have gotten through referrals? No, referrals is not validating an offer. That offer validation can only be done through cold traffic. Referrals come in from a trusted source, so we cannot validate an offer through a trusted source, right? So anyone so let's say Joel Irway sends clients my way. They are trusting him, and so but that is very different than seeing one of my ads and taking action. Let me finish answering this. I just saw that I skipped this. Do you recommend that I do this on stories or rather feed? You can do any type of retargeting anywhere. I just want to make sure I finished answering this. I tend to but I did answer this last week. But yes, this is perfect. If you want to run your Hot 7 just in stories, you absolutely can do that. And I always do $2 a day on retargeting. Oops. Let's see. Claudia says, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Question on setting up the basic ecosystem with YouTube ads. Because we operate in a sex niche, Facebook ads are off the table. Not necessarily. I've got plenty of clients who operate in the sex niche. That's fine. You just have to do it in a way that's not mentioning any crude or anything that people could see as crude. But I mean, there's plenty of sex coaches that run ads. So I want to set up the basic ecosystem with YouTube ads, power, content, comments, value bomb on a landing page, and schedule call. I watched several of your videos, got the ads manager set up and done, thank you, but got confused on whether to embed the value bomb as a YouTube video on the landing page to track down 25% views or put it elsewhere. If I'm building right, this 25% views would be my first mission, and I don't want to screw this up with my ad setup. So YouTube doesn't measure it measures 25% views, but you can't retarget based on 25% views unless you're using something like eBooth. So what you want to do is your power content video is on YouTube. Then people are going to comment, and then you're going to give them this straight up on the YouTube video, and then the landing page is going to have the pixel so that you can retarget them. But yes, you have this set up absolutely correctly. So if you're just tuning in, make sure that you go back to the beginning of this video. There are some important announcements that I just went over that I know that you guys are definitely not going to want to miss. Love you.